put together a solution and seen, well, the judgment can be out on that, Rajdeep, and I think it's important for us to understand that 6.6 lakh crore worth of projects have been cleared. Whether it's too little, too late, the proof of the pudding will be in the eating, which will be in another couple of months in the election. But we certainly have put our best foot forward. We've controlled inflation down from 13% to 6%, WPI inflation from 7% to 5%, and I don't think these are things that can be you can throw the baby out with the bathwater.
I want to get one more concession out of you, because the finance minister seemed to hint at that. He said, I can confidently assert that the economy is more stable today than it was 2 years ago. Is there somewhere an acceptance that 2 years ago, the kind of legacy that Mr. Chidambaram inherited from Pranab Mukherjee was a legacy that left the country in a precarious situation, and all that the finance minister has done over the last 24 months is damage control, particularly in the macroeconomic picture? And the fact is, despite what you say, when it comes to inflation, yes, it's moderating, but it's still unusually high. But take the first point of what I said. Do you accept that 2 years ago he inherited a very difficult, precarious situation?
Well, 2 years ago, the world was in a very precarious, difficult situation. I don't think
you're blaming global factors. You're constantly blaming global factors and not taking any responsibility.
Obviously, you have to, Rajdeep. No, hold on. No, hold on, Rajdeep. I don't think you got the statement that I made. I said yes, there is a global contagion. India performed admirably in that environment. In the last year and a half, I don't think there's policy paralysis at all. But certainly there was a number of projects that were held up for some reason or the other, for which the government put together the CCI and the PMG, and which has now fast-tracked and cleared those projects. So you've seen a problem, identified it. Now you and I may argue that you didn't do anything about it for 6 months. It may well be the case. But the fact is that immediately thereafter, we put together a system, and now we've cleared 6.6 lakh crore worth of projects.
Was there a lack of internal coherence, a lack of leadership that led you to the situation where fiscal deficits were rising, current accounts deficits were rising, the fact is inflation had gone up, the quarterly growth rate has gone down, exchange rate was not stable, exports had declined, hundreds of projects were blocked? Will you concede there was internal incoherence and a lack of leadership that led to this situation where today Mr. Chidambaram at best was the last man standing on a sinking ship?
In your whole statement, I have not heard a word about the present. I've heard continuously you referring to the past.
The present includes low growth and high inflation.
Let's talk about the present.
The present includes low growth and high inflation.
No. Hold on, Rajdeep. No. Even today at 5.2% growth rate, if you take the average of UPA2, you're still at 6.6%, which is above the trend line of 6.2%, which has been India's trend line for the last 2.5, 3 decades. And UPA1 was certainly well above that. And NDA was certainly well below that trend line. Even if you take into account the very difficult international environment that we've dealt with for the last 3 to 4 years. And mind you,
yes,
let me say this very categorically, I am not for a second saying that there were no roadblocks or hurdles along the way. There were, because if you represent a certain interest group, you're going to look after that interest group's area. So if it's environment, then it's got to be that. If it's another ministry, it's got to be that. But somehow it's happened that we worked together and we put together a package which has cleared 6.6 lakh crores worth of projects. And I think it's important that we realize that and also accept it.